Surprise!
What? What? Who? Oh, Davy.
Bet you thought I'd forget, huh, Mom? Happy birthday.
That's right, it's Mom's birthday. Dave wants to do something special for her, but he doesn't know what.
Maybe a movie? Could we see a movie?
Oh, great. We'll just widen the doors of the Bijou and roll down the aisle.
No, a drive-in. I've never been to a drive-in movie.
Dave says, you got it. Despite the fact that it's wintertime, the drive-in theater is showing a movie. Where are you going?
Surf Beach Drag Strip, starring Barrette Carmela and Tommy Bland.
Oh, no.
Check this one out. Special guest star, Sonny Tufts.
Sonny Tufts?
I'm guessing that means yes. He waltzes inside and announces that they're going to a movie.
Yay! Let's see the cellophane monster of Coco. I want to see Mary Poppins.
Let's go to the Majestic and see Richard Burton.
Remember the Majestic and Richard Burton. It'll come up again. A lot.
It's Surf Beach Drag Strip, starring Barrette Carmela and Tommy Bland.
Oh, well, that settles everything. We'll go to the Majestic and see Richard Burton.
Starting right now. And apparently we're in a mood.
I'll call and see what time it starts.
No, wait a minute, honey. You don't understand. Oh, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that the Surf Beach Drag Strip isn't adult entertainment. Oh, wait till I tell you who the special guest star is. Are you ready? Sonny Tufts.
Sonny Tufts?
Sonny Tufts. Sonny Tufts.
Sonny Tufts came from a rich East Coast family, but he was a little too creative for a life in business. He went into music and sang opera for several years. From there, he moved to Broadway and eventually wound up in Hollywood, where he sort of fell into fame. During World War II, most of Hollywood's leading men were serving in the military. Sonny was one of the few who couldn't go because of a football injury he sustained in college. So he got called on more than he might have otherwise because the pickings were kind of few. He was a good actor and won several awards, but his career suffered several times because he couldn't stay away from the bottle. By the time this episode aired, he was pretty well done. He did 2 more minor movies, but he had abused his body too much. This episode came out in 1965, and he may not have known it, but he only had 5 more years to live. He died in 1970 of pneumonia. He was only 58. But Mom remembers the handsome, silk-voiced actor who could charm the feathers off a peacock during the 40s, and she's bursting with excitement to see him on screen again.
An open car? You folks are going to be cold. There's a Richard Burton movie down the street where it's nice and warm.
Listen, why don't you go ride your bicycle?
Well, if you won't worry about your wife and children, think of the car. It's liable to crack your engine block.
Listen, why don't you...
Go ride my bicycle?
That obnoxious usher will be back several more times, and after the first time he came back, I would be out of my car and in his face, making sure he shouldn't do that anymore.
You know what you want?
Hot dogs, hamburgers, pizza, small. I want some grape soda. I want some of that, too.
I thought you were hungry.
I'm also thirsty. I'm also thirsty, too.
Once upon a time, you could let your kids go to the snack bar by themselves. There was usually a playground next to the projection building, too, so when your kids got bored with the movie, they could go burn off some energy. I spent a lot of time on those playgrounds because my sister was also my babysitter, and if a boy wanted to take her out, I was part of the deal. It was many years before I realized they weren't sending me to the playground so they could watch the movie.
All of a sudden, it's not cold anymore.
One more time!
Come on, cut it out.
Are these people really that pathetic? Dave isn't as big a jerk as I am, so he'll just take it. But Mom has a problem.
Can you hear all right, Mom?
I can hear fine, but I can't see a thing.
I can see perfectly.
All right, slouch down to the level of my headlights. Go ahead.
So far, we have a nosy usher who seems to have nothing better to do than harass Dave, a theater full of people who have nothing better to do than play voyeur, and now we have someone who brings a camper to the drive-in movie. And so far, none of it is funny. Dave tries to get the camper to move, and the whole place erupts into horns honking, so he finally moves Mom to a different spot.
Men and women sit around the campfire laughing and singing songs of the days when pirates first invaded their island.
Dave, where are you? Oh, great. Great. Dave!
There's a joke that aged well.
The car's gone. Where's Daddy? I don't know. Did you see a 1928 Porter? They're not even watching the picture. Daddy!
Just be glad you're not in the very back row. You'd really get an education.
Randy, Sandy!
Calling a 1928 Porter. A 1928 Porter. Your children are lost. Your children are lost. Find them and go see Richard Burton.
Wise guy!
Why don't you please shut up?
We also have some guy in a fancy suit and expensive car who brought his cat to the drive-in. I doubt she even knows who Sonny Tufts is. People have started leaving.
Here, no barbecuing allowed. Good night, we're closing out. We can't do that. Look, everybody's gone home. We can't show the picture just for you.
Why not? He paid for it just like all the other people who already left. The fact that they didn't stay has nothing to do with his right to see the movie he paid to see. These guys are the worst customer service crew I ever saw.
Come on, Barb, pull!
My hands are numb with the cold.
Stay warm!
I'm not cold.
Good.
The weather has turned sour and it's starting to snow, but Mom refuses to leave until the movie is over. She won't start, she won't be pushed, and when one of the guys threatens to get a tow truck, she runs over his foot. She's staying right where she is until there's no more Sonny Tufts.
That's the end. I sure don't remember the beginning.
Me either.
You happy too, eh?
Thank goodness.
How are we gonna get home? Hike?
I have a funny feeling the car will start now.
There's one other car left in the lot, and it's coming towards them. It pulls up, and a gentleman gets out.
We're the only ones that stay to the bitter end. I saw the picture, and that took courage.
My name is Sonny Tufts.
Yeah, Sonny Tufts.
Sonny Tufts.
Must have such loyal fans.
Well, this is a surprise.
Pleasure meeting you all.
But we have it's our pleasure, Miss Honey.
Talk about the birthday gift of a second lifetime. Not only did she get to see him in the picture, she got to meet him, even if she couldn't give him a proper hello. Her headlights will swivel back and forth watching his every move, and I think the radiator may be drooling a little.
By the way, Mom, how old are you?
Old? Let me see. 1928 Porter, 1928. Now, subtract 2 for trade-in, carry 5 for depreciation. Let's see. The Blue Book listing was,
How old is she? Which time? We don't know when she was born. We don't know when she died. As a lawyer, Dave was probably the executor of her estate, so he has to know what year she was born and thus how old she is now, counting the time she was dead. I think I just wrote a better gag than the one they did. This episode lost me from the very start. It's her birthday. Does he mean the day she was actually born a human or the day she came back as a car? And if it's the latter, how does he know? But what really killed it for me was the drive-in. We've established that they live in cold country, snow country, whatever you want to call it. I've lived in that kind of country in 3 different states, and one thing is universal to all of them. The drive-in theaters close for the winter. In fact, most of them close after Labor Day, so it shouldn't even have been an option. Drive-in theaters in 1965 always showed at least 2 movies with cartoons before and in between. And in all the theaters, in all the towns, in all the states I've lived in, I have never seen ushers on bicycles going around harassing people. This wasn't even a good mock-up. Worst of all, it just wasn't funny. There were only a few actual jokes and they fell flat. We've had some good episodes in this series, but this isn't one of them.